Hi everybody, I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was trying to get something done. I swear when it rains it pours with true crime cases. You either have trials none happening that are anybody's really following, or you have multiple high profile trials going on at the same time, and then nothing happening, and then verdicts, press conferences. So while I was trying to prepare a video that I was going to do about the Michelle Troconis verdict, along comes the presser of Maddie Soto. And it's crazy. So I have an appointment at 3:00, and so I'm going to try to go through this. I will go through more tonight, but I wanted to address this. And first I'm going to start with Michelle Troconis. So let me see if I can even get my... Okay, so there was a verdict reached with Michelle Troconis. She was found guilty on all counts. Her family arrived with her in the coming to court today. That same family really took to the microphone, one of her sisters getting very accusatory and loud, pointing fingers. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this was her family going into the courthouse today. She was led away in cuffs. She was not allowed to speak with her family when she was leaving. And hence, her father, who is a doctor, I believe Carlos Troconis, took to the microphone and said that, I wrote down what he said here, just a minute, that he came to this country, he moved his entire family to this country, looking, for justice, for opportunities, and this is a tremendous injustice in the trial of my daughter. He says he forgives the judge, the prosecutors, and the jurors. His daughter is innocent. She's innocent. She has nothing to do with this. He blames the media. It is the media influence that has done this. That's the consistent theme of every family member that gets up there, that it is the media that has judged her guilty. She could not get a fair trial. She did not get a fair trial according to her family. So she looks like her youngest sister starts speaking next and says Michelle is innocent. We are all mothers. As mothers, we know, that she is innocent. What has happened to Jennifer Dulos, is terrible, but she had nothing to do with what happened to Jennifer Dulos. We will appeal. As an American, this is an injustice. Then her mother takes to the podium and says, she's crying, she's devastated, Michelle is innocent. And something very interesting that she says that I think is very telling. And to put her in jail, does that make Jennifer appear? No. So apparently this family is so outraged that their daughter has been convicted, says, oh, what does that make? Does that make Jennifer appear? No. So why? So let her out. She didn't have anything to do with it. Doesn't bring Jennifer back. It doesn't bring Jennifer back. No, that doesn't bring Jennifer back, ma'am. Your daughter could have alerted someone. Your daughter was convicted of conspiring to Jennifer's murder, okay? So check yourself, really. Then Another sister comes on screaming. The media pointing fingers at, attacked and harassed us for day one. She's praying every night for the 5 children. They're beautiful children, but her niece is beautiful, meaning Michelle's daughter. Her niece is beautiful, and Michelle is all she knows. Well, then Michelle shouldn't have conspired to kill Jennifer Dulos. Okay? That's not how you handle things, ma'am. She starts screaming, "Have some compassion! Have some compassion! This world is full of hate. It is wrong. It is unfair. Your parents, your mothers, your grandparents, look into your hearts. This is not right. She did not get a fair trial." She's going, to town there. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. And then her other sister that looks the most like her, who's wearing a little beanie hat, goes up to the mic and says, "Go to Petros, go to Christian." I can't remember the rest of their names, these beautiful children, okay? "I know, I'm sorry what happened to your mommy, but my sister does not know what happened to your mommy. And it's not fair to do this to my sister. And hopefully, you'll get older and realize she has nothing to do with this." And then that friend whose testimony the jury wanted to watch went up there and said, "Why didn't the police interview the person that was with her when she was arrested? Why didn't the police want to interview that person?" It's not a coincidence. So all of this, conspiracy, fraud, going out. And then her attorney gets to the podium and he says, "I looked at a little bit of what they said." He was by himself. He said the first step is post-trial motions for a new trial. And it's about listing the issues why it was not a fair trial, but it's also about picking the right issues. He said that she is going to jail now. The amount of the bond is too high for any bondsman to post without surety approval. So he said it's going to be days. So I think that's going to be Monday at the earliest. He said that, she's facing, the maximum penalty. And he said she has not accused herself of harming anybody. Really? Because she's not accused of the actual murder, but the conspiracy, the covering up, all of that didn't harm anyone? Wow. Okay. And when they asked him questions about the favorable, what he found favorable or not in the jury's questions, where they first said that, they wanted to hear the testimony of a friend played back, he said he looked at that as favorable. But then when the jury had a question was, if she didn't actually touch the evidence, can she still be found guilty of tampering with evidence? He found that a little not so good, and then kind of likened it to neutral when he thought about things. But his main thing was people should never sit down for an interrogation, and he kind of cast some judgment on that attorney that walked her into that interview with the police. And again, he talked about Gumieni getting that immunity agreement, which he feels that she should have got. The jury asked, did she personally have to touch the evidence to be guilty of tampering with evidence? And he said this entire case is based on what she said during those hours of interrogations, called them. And the jury didn't look at issues that she's not fluent in English, she was tired, etc. And that's what he thinks went wrong. Okay. Let's see. He said the lawyer issues about the rulings of stuff that was certain things to be admitted, that in hindsight can be 20/20, but the jury heard hours of unfettered interrogations, which is like his big sticking point. He says she should not have said anything, and questions the attorney who represented her. Let's see here. Michelle will not be on bond today. I told you that. Father Petrus went over all of that. And then what is this? What I wrote over here. He has no insight on why any lawyer would work their client into an interview, right? I told you that. Okay, so let's go into my papers here. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of other things here just before we go on to Madeline. She's facing 50 years in prison. The judge raised her bond from $2.6 million to $6 million. The sentencing was first said to the judge throughout the date of May 24th. Well, May 24th was the day that it's the anniversary of the day that Jennifer Dulos disappeared 5 years ago. So her attorney said, I don't think that would be a good day. And they decided on May 31st. So what do I think here? I think she may do a repeat of Photos Dulos if she is out on bond, which she very well will be. Her family does have the means to get the money. They would have had the means to do it today. So, yeah, I wonder if things might happen the way of Photos Dulos. I don't know. This was her family at the podium. This is the sister that was yelling. This is her mother. Okay, that is what I have on that now. And let me go to Madeline Soto here. Very sad news here. Okay, so the investigators held a press conference. The sheriff of Kissimmee, and said that they believe, based on the evidence that they have seen, and that includes video evidence, that Madeline Soto was never dropped off near the school, at the school on that morning, and that they have they have video of him. Now, here's another thing. His name is spelled Stephan. Some investigators refer to him as Stephen, which is how we were referring to him. The Kissimmee police chief, Stephan. One Madeline, one Madeline. So what we're going to do is use Stephan, and we're going to use Maddie, because that's what she was called. So what happened, they saw him on the morning that she was reported missing, dumping things. It was about 7:25 a.m., dumping things into a dumpster, which were later recovered. And these things that were recovered were Maddie's backpack and a school issued computer, Chromebook, that was recovered. Then they saw him return to the apartment complex at 8:19 a.m. And that time, they saw something that they're not, of course, they cannot tell you everything, but they saw something. And they saw Maddie, and from what they say, she appeared to be deceased. And that, and other things that they're not releasing, makes them confident that she's deceased, okay? That's Kissimmee Police Chief Holland. Stephan Stearns is still charged with that capital S battery charges. The chief said, everyone's main goal right now is to recover Maddie. And to do that, here's what they're asking. They're saying that from the time period 1 to 2:30 p.m., the suspect there on 2/26, February 26th, got a flat tire in this Lincoln. This Lincoln is a 2010 silver Lincoln MKZ, got a flat tire in the area of US 192 and Old Hickory. And so they're looking for anyone that may remember anything about seeing that Lincoln, seeing this man possibly changing a tire. If you saw him, please call and report that, because they're trying to get to bring Madeline home so her family can it's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And I just want to hold on, pull up some stuff here. I didn't think a lot of this stuff was driving. I know a lot of you thought about it too. And let me just get to 6 on the jury. Yes, that is correct. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Linda, Margot. Are you interested in the read? I covered it a little bit, but it's like there's too much going on now. I may, now that take a look at that, I will try. Joyce, thank you for coming in. Hi, Earth Angel. Hello, K Rocks. Christine. L. What else is Captain Lee? Well, I'm not done yet, Captain Lee. I want to go over a couple of things. Like I said, I have an appointment coming up at 3, but I want to go and let me see something. I want to go to the families page. See if there's anything. Okay, so it's looking like this family page and the Facebook group is, they had seemed to be they are positive that Maddie is dead. They're searching for her body. Again, that video of Stephen Stearns putting stuff in a dumpster at the apartment complex where they found her backpack and school computer. That was at 7:35 a.m. At 8:19, he's returning back to the complex again, like I said, with Madeline visible in the car. But I'm concerned, where was he from the time that I know they're not able to give us a lot of the information. Obviously they know, but he has a period of time from 7:35 when he's dumping items in the dumpster to 8:19 returning back to the complex with Maddie visible in the car and they believing she was already deceased. Quite. And then there's an even larger timeline from that 8:19 to that 1:32 o'clock timeline. I just want to put, this up here because they are really looking for information regarding information requested. Stephen Stearns, seen driving a silver Lincoln MKZ with Florida tag IYLL82 in the area of Highway 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road and Old Hickory Tree Road. It's believed Stearns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing it in the area. If you know of anything, the Kissimmee police are asking you to call Crime Line 1-800-423-TIPS. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so that, yeah, very, very sad update. But if you know anything, if you're in that area, if you've seen a vehicle, if you remember somebody was changing the tire on the side of a road, if it's, anything you remember about that, they really do want you to call Crime Line, and they are focused on finding Maddie. And what a terrible thing. And I don't have any other information other than that right now, but I wanted to bring that to you guys. I was trying to prepare a video, and then it was just, with everything happening, it was easier to go live and just do it that way, because I have to do a couple of recorded videos right now in the time before I have to leave for my appointment. So I appreciate you tuning in, and thanks so much. No matter how many are here, I do appreciate it. I know more will watch on the replay, and thank you so much for watching. If you'd give this a thumbs up, share it out, that would be very appreciated. Yeah, Captain Lee fan, they did, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, I will see you later tonight, where I will talk about both of these and anything else that comes up. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.